Alright, Shalom, Yisrael. When the staff was always by giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to the Apostle GMS and honors to you those that are doing the work in truth while sincerity. I was watching a re-upload a video brother did a while ago and came across this magazine basically going into the whole DNA ancestry thing and how it's actually science fiction, more or less. And one of the things that came to mind was if it was really science, then there'd be no need for spirituality. If it was really a science, if a brother wanted to know whether they're an Israelite or not, all they'd have to do is take a test. Right, but that goes contrary to what the scriptures say, right? I mean, the main way we know whether what main way we can gauge whether a guy's an Israelite or not is whether they vibe with our spirit or not. You know, certain times you see an Israelite front and you think, yeah, man, you know, he vibes like a J, man. He's probably a J. You know, you start teaching him this, you know, talking the scriptures with him, and you see that he actually gets it and he resonates. The scriptures say, "My sheep hear my voice." Right? So this is Romans 8:16 says, "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High." Right? Because like I said, that's how we determine these days whether someone's an Israelite or not. In the ancient world, if we read, it says Ezra 2, I'm going to start from 61. It says, "And of the children of the priest, the children of Habaiah, the children of Koz, the children of Barzillai, which took a wife of the daughters of Barzillai the Gileadite, and was called after their name. These sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy, but they were not found." Because right back in the days, everything was done by genealogy. It was like, you know, it's your birth records. You're the son of this, son of that, son of this, son of that. Sort of like when you read Matthew the first chapter, when you see Yahweh Shai's genealogy. Right, Matthew the first chapter is his genealogy through his father, and Luke, the first and second chapter, I forget, is his genealogy through his mother's side. Right. It says they therefore were they as polluted put from the priesthood. Basically, they couldn't prove that they were Israelites, so they couldn't. And the Tershata said unto them that they should not eat of the most holy things till they stood up a priest with the Urim and the Thummim, because then that was a way that they were able to then determine whether a guy was an Israelite or not. Right, with the Urim and the Thummim. Alright, this is Matthew 25:31. It says, "When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world." Right? And goes into that. It says Matthew 13:24. It says, "Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also." Tares being guys might look like Israelites, but really and truly they're heathens. Right, because a lot of guys like to go on about how, you know, we only accept black people, this, that, and the other, but you get tares, man. So the servants of the householders came and said, "Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares?" He said unto them, "An enemy hath done this." The servant said unto him, "Wilt thou then we go and gather them up?" But he said, "Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them." Alright, it says, "Let them both grow until the harvest, and in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, which is the angels, Gather ye together the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn." Right, so the tares, basically, it's the angels are going to be doing this separation. And if this DNA thing was a fact, then there'll be no need for the angels. Right? We'll be able to just all go into laboratory somewhere, all get our DNA tested and say, "Oh, yep, these are the children of Israel," right? And also, in fact, when you read right, it says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be," it's like it says Hosea 1:10, it says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Right, similar thing in Jeremiah 17:4. Basically, we've discontinued from our heritage, and we don't know who we are. But if this DNA thing was a thing, we could all just go and get tested and say, yeah, yeah, we're definitely Israelites. We'd be able to kick them guys out of Israel, right? And then we'd be able to say, you Amalekites, you so-called Jews, you Edomites, you're Edomites, man. The so-called white man's Edomite, and we'll be able to put them into slavery. And basically, that will disannul the whole spiritual aspect of everything, man. So with that, I'm just gonna say shalom.